Oh, hello, Jorgrun. How goes it, my friend? We have one silent scroll. Don't really want to use our only silent scroll, but you're generally a pretty good contender for just such an occasion, Jorgrun. You and Tesla both, my friend. Otherwise, it would be potentially Serpent's Lashing. And using the free movements to just try to pop off some early damage. Guess I can always silence you after we take one nasty hit. Or not at all. That works too. Thank you, Jorgrun. I appreciate your restraint, really, in all things there. Okay, I tried to hit capital N because I also just noticed how we label our weapon slots here, but that doesn't do anything. Let's see, if I do this. Interesting. So then it does, if we wield it using the controls, then it does prompt properly to replace on demand. So that's good to note. I guess no people are playing offline Trunk during the testing phases. So a lot of those little bits and bobs are going to slip through the cracks. But that is fine. We learn and let live, and we kind of had to figure it out even before learning the true methodology behind the madness. Definitely steam you, my aquamancing friend. And that is wonderful. Okay. Definitely slowing down slightly as we get into the shoal's end of things. Getting into the shallow end, as it were. Okay, Scroll of Butterflies is okay. Definitely could end up being fairly critical to us in the future. Okay, I feel like I was in the deep water for a moment there, and I don't know how. Potentially just losing my mind. Wouldn't be the first time I had concerns of such, and definitely wouldn't be the last either. Okay. For the rest of you, I would like to be... Oh, Calcifying Dust looks sick as hell now. Look at that. I like that spread a lot. Very fancy looking, friend. Shillelagh this, shillelagh that, and start to, oh, I stepped into it. Well, here goes a teleport scroll. Hopefully it doesn't take us anywhere too terrifying. Sometimes you just have to, risk it and see what happens. In fact, maybe before it becomes a risk proposition, we just take that bad boy on a little bit of a journey, and holy moly. Okay, just trying to dodge around the plants to stay out of bond territory. No longer the case. Okay. Freeze. We got to just chill out here a little bit. Heal wounds, solid option. Fear scrolling again, potentially solid. I would double check the percentages before pulling that trigger again. Teleporting to here does put us out of range of you, I guess, so that would give us a turn. I mean, I can probably out heal these kiddos with a heal wounds, so let's do that. Then I'm gonna Serpent Slash. Oh, and no one's in an ideal position. This might not have actually been my best move. In fact, I could have wall jumped to try and... I don't know if it'd let me jump down here, but definitely would have let me jump to this son of a gun. Maybe I take one more turn to heal. Then the lash works out perfectly. Hell yeah, brother. Even hitting all of our skill caps here as well. Any benefit of going to the funnel above you? Oh, definitely would be a benefit Whether it outweighs the risks of how much damage I'd take from the slingshot as I made my way over is questionable, and I guess from the harpies as well, just because they're so much faster than we are. So that's why I kind of adopted on a last stand mentality there. Just to try and take care of these sons of guns without taking on too much. Yeah, so we were here, so the 2 moves, free moves from Serpent's Lash would have brought me to here, which, you know, is close, I guess. It only would have been 3 steps to kind of get to a quote-unquote safe area. Turns out there was another fawn up here, but, you know, we didn't know that at the time. Though that excuse can only take us so far in DCSS, because even when you don't know what's around every corner, you know that you don't know what's around every corner. And so it becomes fairly integral to at least play into that ignorance. It's like biases, right? We all have biases. There's nothing you can do to actually fully get rid of them, but being just aware of them is a huge step in that direction at the very least. Holy moly. Hello, my dragon pals. This looks like a time for some Serpent's Lashing. We get some free whirlwind attacks as well. I could see this going downhill very quickly though, and I am concerned about that, so we're going to pop into a little bit of a safety corridor, and there we go. That gets the job done. Ooh, boy. Well, never a dull moment. I guess this was kind of my expectation with my very, very limited Coglin knowledge. But within the first few floors of the dungeon, they felt like a species that would be almost comparable to trolls in the way I'm about to describe here. Very, very strong early dungeon capabilities. The fact that your double attack can just delete any early game monster, I think takes you a pretty long way in the direction of, you know, continued survivability and all that good stuff. That's going to be a Serpent's Lash for me. Oh geez, that did not go quite as well as I might have hoped. Do I just commit to this fight? I only gained 6 armor class but go in tree mode? I don't know if that's actually good enough for me here. Okay, if things go horribly wrong, there's a 50% chance to make you my friend. And in fact, Polyphemus, why you gotta get yourself all bricked up like this? Son of a gun. I guess we just run for now? Resetting this feels like an advantageous option. Oh, and if we can get some steamed Catoplebis, now that's a delicacy I've not had the pleasure of imbibing before. Very interesting. No jewelry is a tough price though. Exactly. So, oh my gosh, I never finish my thoughts on stream. But very strong early game. But yeah, much like a troll, I think they fall off hard about this stage. When we're getting into S branches, starting to go towards runes, it's where we'll start to see holes in our resistances. The saving grace, of course, is the gadget. You're hoping that this will kind of clear off anything too dangerous in terms of missing resistances at least. Okay, you want? I just fight you, Polly. Polly want a cracker. There you go, my friend. Okay, not too shabby. Still haven't really run into anything truly daunting or terrifying in this run, which sounds good in theory, but the kind of unspoken part of that sentiment is that we've still had some near-death experiences, even with that being the case, so, you know, a little bit rough in a sense, but hey, I think we'll be able to sort ourselves out here. As long as fire resistance at some point down the road gets handled in some magical fashion, then we'll be okay. like a hat. I was about to say it, but it felt too well timed to be true. So I'd lose 3 AC. I lose 4 AC because of the way the rounding works. Oh, but to get fire resistance. Okay, not necessary here in Shoals. Nothing really deals fire damage, at least not normally. So we'll leave that for the time being. And Shillelagh, you, my friend. At some point I should probably train some more throwing, I guess. Right now we have just fighting. Let's learn some more throwing, shall we? Gives us a little bit more opportunity for these encounters and just how we're able to deal with them. So I appreciate the versatility of it all for sure. There we go. Make sure we step semi-strategically to try and proc off the rampage here. Guess not so useful against a siren. Oh, that's Ilsui. I almost didn't even notice, my friend. Do I want to fight you in this? Swing at nothing. Swing at nothing. Oh, right, you have a pole arm. Son of a gun. Well. Nope. Let's do this, actually. Jeez Louise. Visible enemies. Pain in the rear. There we go. Gets us out of dodge. Beautiful. Actually, I should not be wasting flame charges against a turtle that's not even in the water. My bad there. Okie dokie. You on the other hand. Okay. There we go. That's a good start. My Serpent's Lash to try and get some free steps in. In fact, that gives us another free one, and we could just leave. How's this fight looking so far? We've used a few of our charges, but overall nothing too crazy. We do have another polearm now in range. I probably actually will get out of here. It's tough. Ilsui at half health is a pretty sweet deal, but I feel like they were just getting ready to kind of fully ruin our day. Yeah, these stairwells are just not placed in a fashion that is very useful for us in this encounter. What else can we do? Robe of Willpower, no poison resistance, so a bit of Curar could go a long way. Also, unfortunately, I don't think our Javelineer can see invisible. No idea where Ilsui is. Yes. Shillelagh away. I probably shouldn't be doing this. 50% chance to charm you once more. I guess I could leave. In fact, yeah, let's bring our Javelineer friend upstairs. Closer than I would like. If I take a peek at you, 72% chance to hit, 75% chance to hit us. 38 is your max damage with a javelin? Oh, then we're fine. Hell yeah, brother. Woo-wee. Never a dull moment. I would like to get some fancy gear going here, if at all possible. Not my best Serpent Slash, but is what it is. And one-on-one, I think we beat Ilsui every time. Holy moly. Might have overcomplicated that encounter much further than it had any need to be, but as usual, I'm glad to play it safe to a certain extent, and to that end, a bit of fear I think would be useful here. The son of a gun is faster than us in water, but not so much. day to day. So that gives us a nice free escape, even with the severe poisoning that we were going through there. And holy moly, we're somehow holding this together. Grit our teeth, and just maybe we can pull through this, shall we? Book of Armaments. I guess I haven't been looking. Do we have any new spells? Soul Splinter feels new. Do we force some of something's soul away and manifest it as a wisp? It's under our control, but focuses its attack on the creature it was created from. It's instinctually trying to return to its proper home. That is horrifying. And it weakens the creature? Very interesting. Powerful souls are more damaging, but are always fragile. Fascinating. Anything else new showing up here? Hellfire Mortar. Splits apart the ground, sculpts a terrifying weapon out of molten rock. Oh, it creates an actual, like, mortar. I expected it to mimic the power of a mortar in terms of damage, but a bit more literal than that. So it just flies out. Interesting. Along the lava-filled chasm. When it reaches the end or is obstructed, it will sink back. Oh, so it kind of has to be a free space as well. That is very interesting. I like that. Oh, we're getting into a lot of spells. It looks like mostly high level here. Magical Plague that freezes them from the inside out. AC ignoring cold damage is pretty sweet. And living holy and demonic creatures, it's especially powerful. That is interesting. Magnavolt. I guess maybe I won't go through too many of these. Likely will be doing so in the future here. Magnetize someone though and they can't evade. Interesting. But this was something that I saw. Manifold Assault, now a level 7 spell. So I'm guessing... Okay, they never miss now. That's a change. I'm also curious how many people this will hit at once. Unarmed attacks strike only half as many targets. That's fair. Fascinating. Well, a little bit of a dip in the water there. Anti-magic trident. No thank you. And let's just keep on keeping on. Just about done Shoals 3. And while it was a bit more of a harrowing experience than the previous floors, still nothing we can't get through. With the power of friendship. Fantastic. TLDR, very fair. Definitely some hefty descriptions there. I was feeling that as I was going through for sure. Oh my gosh, brand weapon scroll. The issue is, I would rather have a broadaxe. We also have 12 enchant weapon scrolls. Oh, I could make my broadaxe so strong. I mean, probably should focus short term. War Axe is sufficient for a 3-rune run. It's good for the foreseeable future here. I'm gonna do it. We get electricity. Interesting. In fact, because I have the extra scrolls here, I think I will enchant this bad boy up. Something that I so rarely do on anything except for my ideal endgame setup. But I feel like we're uniquely situated this time around to really take advantage of that early. Having 12 enchant weapon scrolls is just lovely. And if all of y'all could come to me, please. Oh shoot, it's a broadaxe. Son of a gun. How dare you, game. Okay, well, I'm grabbing that son of a gun, and that will be joining us at some point in the future, I'm sure. Especially if I can get a slightly better ego off of it. I would like to have a vampiric axe. You know, if you're taking requests, DCSS, I would love that. But we shall see what the future has in store, I guess. Excuse me, Auto Explorer. Oh, wait, can I really not get anywhere? Oh, because there's a teleportation trap. Interesting. Here I was laughing in your face as if you were the idiot, but In a surprise twist that shocked nobody, I'm the fool. Gasp again. Okay, well, puts us into a little bit of a dangerous spot, or at least not an ideal one, but potentially not the end of the world. Fear to Kraken. Definitely back out of there, and we can just face off against all these sons of guns in a bit more of a controlled fashion. Holy moly. Never mind. Things start to get a little out of control. With 56 health, I mean, I probably shouldn't use a teleport scroll. Son of a gun. What can I do with you? Oh, those are mostly worse. Six-headed Hydra, I guess. Not the end of the world. I'd be okay with that. So instead, it's gonna be trying to charm them. In fact, this makes me want to hang out slightly longer than I should have. Just to see if they don't murder each other, son of a gun. I think I can take one more step safely. Right? This will put me out of view range. I hope. Might kill me if it doesn't work, I guess. Feel a bit more experienced. Okay, teleport. Take me away. Holy moly. Not the safest spot to hang out and kick up our feet, but I guess that's all relative. It was a safe enough spot to hang out and kick up our feet. And again, I find myself getting greedy in how I ask the game for favors. At the end of the day, that is more than sufficient. My dungeon crawling pastime. Wasn't sure how I wanted to transition referring to the game as a kind of personified entity. Kind of got there, kind of not, is what it is. Did we didn't kill the Kraken, right? No, unfortunately, Kraken kind of wrecks us. Oh me, oh my. Guess I could maybe try and like Serpent's Lash up to it or something. I don't know if that's actually beneficial to us in any meaningful way though. Seeing as how as soon as we were in melee range with it, we started getting our butt completely kicked in this little encounter, this little endeavor of ours. I can probably stand here and continually steam you until the cows come home though, right? Are we making forward progress? Not so much, it seems. Oh, especially when they spend this long in the bottom section. Man. Okay, here we go. Back to fighting you the old-fashioned way. I think I heal up faster as well, so that's somewhere that we... Nope. That I was just wrong, actually, is what I was totally going to say. Yikes. Okay. One of these days, we're just going to roll the dice right, and we'll come out of this on top. Please send your tentacles. Thank you. So if I just keep attacking the like denser packing, then the shillelagh is at the very least going a little ham. This is like way more trouble than it's worth. I should have just made you my friend. That would have been appropriate. I'm almost out of flame charges as well. What have I got here? Javelins. Have to be slightly careful where they land. So I'm gonna just navigate with that in mind. Oh gosh. Where are you? Oh, me. I don't know what the strat here is. Don't want to lose any more javelins. there really isn't a good way for us to get a reflection perk, is there? No, there's not. Unless it can show up on my gadget. Because that, we don't know at this point. Okay, I'm committing. Either we win this or we die. Oh no. I regret everything. Oh, how quickly the turns table, turn you into a sky shark, a dire elephant, or a quicksilver dragon. Nope. I mean, I still probably could get the kill here. Man, I'm gonna Serpent Slash. That at least gets us here. What the heck am I supposed to do with you, my many tentacled friend? You are being a bit of a sore spot. Maybe I should have been using Mind Burst actually from the start, now that I think about it. Forget how much evocation training we have, so even things that I would normally have discounted by these stages of the game actually are still fairly effective at 20 evo. Okay, I guess Auto Explorer did not want us to go claim our prize quite yet. That's fine. Probably will end up finishing this floor anyway. Yes, we finally have a rechargeable evocable. It's the new one, which I have no idea at this point how effective it will be. I guess. Let's take a peek here. So it draws a large group of monsters into a narrow space and holds any hostile ones in place for a short time with inescapable waves of crushing gravity. Interesting. Oh, it does 3d12 damage though. I feel like that's a fairly important factor for you to mention. So if I do this, I mean, can you imagine combining that with something like Ignition? That's where I'm feeling the true power lies there. Or I guess any kind of group effect. Even if we just had some Ice Blast charges, that would be handy. Let's keep just abusing the corners on these little shell enclaves. Staff cold, no thank you. Okay, well there's our first rune taken care of. A little bit of a slog at times, but overall not too shabby. Oh gosh, I'm very sore. I've been sitting in my chair far too long today. But hey, let's keep pushing at it and see if we can't probably get another rune before we finish off for the evening. We'll see. Oh, or Fulminant Prism. That is interesting. Pull everyone into a Fulminant Prison explosion. It did specify that it just affects enemies. So that is cool. That's interesting. I hope that that works out the way that my brain is imagining. But okie dokie. Off to, I was going to say Speeder, but no, it's off to Sneck we go. I think we do all right in Snake. There's nothing too terrifying that comes to mind. Again, we have kind of the suite of resistances that one desires when coming this direction. And so we should be looking pretty solid overall. I'm up to 4 pips of willpower. I don't recall at the moment, but that makes me feel like the willpower aptitude is very high. It's not like Spriggan level high, but definitely seems to be a fair improvement over kind of your average species. Okay, I'm mainly concerned about our ranged friend here. A Serpent Slash gets us some free steps towards you, my friend, and we actually do just come out of this fight looking all right. Holy moly. Do have a lot of curing potions, so we should be all right against all the poison. And yeah, the one master robot never stops, indeed. We've invented a perpetual motion machine, And surprise, it's a me. Okay, let's just smash and grab through those sons of guns. A little bit worse for wear than I originally was anticipating, but nothing we can't handle. And we're still just spamming our way through the majority of these fights, so you love to see that. Brand weapon scrolls are next big upgrade. I don't know, does Shillelagh fall off? This feels like a Vajna. No longer, because they would have shown up by now, but seeing that many sharpshooters, ain't no such thing as that many sharpshooters for no reason, you know? Oh, we have no fire resistance. You found our weakness. In fact, I kind of forgot that salamanders were a thing, so we do have a little bit of a concern here in Spider. I guess hopefully nothing catches us with our pants down, and then at the very least we can always retreat and switch off to our party hat. Yeah, you know what? Walk up to me. Just one of you is willing to make the change there. Then I'm grateful. Kill the Salamandus as quickly as possible. Honestly, we should be okay in general. Another broad axe, of course.